Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
This is the Something You Should Know podcast. I'm Brian,
I am Jonathan.
and today we're going to talk about the Golden Globes. One of the movies I kind of want to talk about it, but also just want to talk about the movies that I saw there. So, like Joker was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a chance to watch it?
Yet.
Damn.
No. Slacking.
You were talking to me about earlier about you saw stuff about the stair scene.
Yeah, people were saying it was like super deep or something. Like
I don't know
and
if
then some people were like, "What the hell? What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about?"
Did they explain why they thought it was deep at all?
I never looked into it.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
no.
Because like
I kind of want to watch it first and then like have my own like view or I don't know.
When you do
opinion
watch
on
it, damn. See, I really wish you watched it, but at the same time, no spoilers.
For the
But
next podcast,
you do have to for sure gotta watch it a couple times. I say at least like 2 times.
Okay.
At least 2. Yeah, at least 2 times. Like it's one of those movies.
Really?
Like it's real. I wouldn't even say that it's deep. There's just like so many layers.
Details.
Yeah, there's so many details and stuff to it.
I like movies like that.
And it's like especially a character like the Joker.
Yeah.
Where like have you watched Batman like cartoons and all that? Yeah. So
he's been around.
yeah, so it's like that type of character.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's just a lot, pretty much. Just like that character in general, just Joker being like that crazy psychotic character that do anything.
Like how it's kind of like his just his whole story, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much is his story. But what was I say? What's another movie on here? Irishman we both saw.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video? Have you seen Marriage Story? Not the movie, but have you seen the videos of the dude from Star Wars?
Yeah. I saw a little bit of that. I thought it was a show.
I'm pretty sure it's a movie, but did you see the people making fun of it? Because they got a nomination. Because hella movies got like stubbed this year. But there was a video of it's a dude from Star Wars and I forget who the chick is, Scarlett Johansson, and they're just like arguing, but like
all the time. Right.
And it's not even like it's not even anything special. It's just them arguing for no reason.
Some BS.
Yeah. Or some like little kid stuff.
Well, it's called a Marriage Story. I don't
know. What about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I have not seen it, and I like Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yeah, neither have I. But I don't know why I haven't seen it. Like I wanted to, but I just never got to it.
Weird kind of movie, in my opinion. Like
I heard it's pretty much supposed to be about the stuff happening in Hollywood I think it's at the same time as who's the serial killer?
Manson.
Yeah. It's like around that time, and then I heard there's like clips from like Jet Li's supposed to be in the movie for some reason,
but not the real Jet Li.
No, obviously not. But like I think they have.
I saw that in the trailer.
Like he's in the movie. I didn't even see that, but like. I thought it was just so I like when I was watching the trailers I couldn't understand pretty much what it was going for.
I think that's probably why it didn't stick with me like to go want to watch it.
Yeah. But what was I say? I need to watch that though. I love Tarantino.
Yeah. What's your favorite Tarantino movie?
I like Kill Bill. I like the Kill Bill series.
Yeah, it's dope.
What about you?
I saw Kill Bill after I saw Django and Inglourious Basterds. So
Django's up there too.
Yeah,
Django's up there too.
But I think honestly, Inglourious Basterds is my favorite.
As a kid, I really liked it, but I just never gone back to it.
I've watched it like 3 times already.
Damn.
The first time I watched it, I was super young and I didn't get it. Like I got kind of boring.
Yeah. Wait, is that the one with Robert Downey Jr.? No. I'm tripping.
That's Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, I'm thinking Tropic Thunder.
But what's his name? Brad Pitt.
Yeah. I remember now.
I forgot who else. Yeah.
Let's see what other movies were good. I saw Rocket Man. That was based on
Elvis.
Elton John.
Elton John.
Yeah. I never really knew much about Elton John until like that movie. I was like, oh damn, he was kind of dope.
Antonio Banderas got a many haircut right there.
Who's he?
Antonio Banderas. He was Spy Kid's dad.
Oh, right? That's him?
I'm pretty sure that's him, bro.
Oh shoot, that really is him. What movie was?
Are you able to turn it around?
He was in Pain and Glory.
Pain and Glory. I've never seen that.
Nah, but I could put his photo up.
Okay,
but that is a mania haircut. Not even gonna lie. Pain and Glory. I didn't even know.
Jesus,
I forgot about him. Bro, look at Christian Bale though.
That freaking what is that? Is that a goatee?
I guess like
Extra large.
Oh, I wanted to see that too. Ford versus Ferrari.
Is that new?
Yeah, apparently it's like one of those history movies.
Oh, okay.
But like, I guess it was based on like how Ford and Ferrari actually raced or some shit, or like
Competed?
competed for something.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's why I wanted to watch it because I never knew anything about it. Let's see. There's just people that won. I don't really care.
Al Pacino doesn't even look like Scarface in that picture right there.
Let me see. Was that Al Pacino?
Right. Yeah, that doesn't even look like him.
That doesn't.
Maybe he's tired of the.
Yeah, he's probably tired of the look. He's probably just
Yeah.
good at other stuff. Of course, Quinn won. Quinn won some.
Who?
What else? Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah.
Of course, he won something. Anything else on here really? There's not really any. Or what? Were there any other movies like last year that you remember that you saw that you just like really liked?
Midsummer.
I need to watch that. I heard that one's really good.
I'll
too.
let you borrow it. I bought them. I bought that one and Hereditary because I really liked them. But
You liked
they don't-
Hereditary? Is that the one? Is that the not Chinese movie, but is it Chinese?
no,
I think another one. I'm thinking of this other horror movie that
Yeah.
Daniel put me on,
Uh-huh.
but it's in like, it's either in Japanese or Chinese, but that's the whole movie, but it's scary as shit.
Oh man, I can't.
It's
I
hella
can't
scary,
think of
but-
it. But no, so they're both the same director, and I
Mhm.
thought they were both good, so I was like, I'll both get them. But they don't have that much rewatch value. I found out after buying them, so I was kind of disappointed, I guess. But I'll let you borrow it. So
Nah, it's good.
there's some use to it.
You watch any? Do you watch Lion King,
No, not the new one. No.
bro? That it kind of sucked.
Did you tear up? Oh, it sucked.
No, it sucked.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like I went with some people. Like 2 people liked it. It was just
Yeah.
it was alright. It wasn't all that.
What'd you not like about it? You just thought they could have done better, or how do you think they could have done
It's just
better?
like, the. I think it was just weird, and also they were just playing. It was more like a musical.
I hate musicals.
Yeah,
movies,
it was
dude.
like a musical, but with like these CGI animals. And it's
Oh.
like,
Yeah, that sounds weird.
yeah.
Not as weird as Cats though.
Bro, I'm not even gonna watch that movie.
That
Bro,
shit
people were
looks
talking.
Weird.
I was watching on Twitter. Everyone was just talking mess about it.
Yeah,
It just looked weird. I didn't even know Taylor Swift was in it.
she is.
Yeah, apparently. But yeah, no, Cats is. I don't. But you know what's funny? They got a fat budget. They were given like $10 million to make that movie,
Damn.
or like more, 10 million
I
plus.
want to watch it just because how fucking weird it is. Like,
I feel.
you know,
I
like,
get
even
that.
if I'm like kind of cringing during it, I'll be like,
I get
a
that. I'd
little
probably like watch
uncomfortable
it
or
for like a
something.
little sec, but
we should go watch it and then talk about it.
We'll see. My mom loves Crown.
Crown.
Morning show. Apparently that's the one that they were talking in the monologue that we'll bring up in a sec. But apparently that one's from Apple. Like apparently Apple's starting to really get into the streaming service now, and they have like one.
Oh,
big,
yeah.
Apparently this show's like hella popular and really big.
Apple TV.
Mm-hmm. What else is on here? I'm damn near done. You got the monologue?
Yeah.
Yeah, pull up that.
Oh.
'Cause that was pretty funny.
What part specifically?
You can start from the beginning
Okay.
and just let it play, and then like I'll let you know when it's paused.
Welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel
look it away.
here in Los Angeles.
I was looking
I'm
up
Ricky
there.
Gervais. Thank you.
Yeah.
You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never
Wait,
did.
pause it real quick. You think it's pre-rehearsed, right? Or you think the monologue is free? Like,
Oh,
because I know there's some events that like comedians have
Yeah.
talked about. Like this one chick comedian that got invited to the White House, and it was like filmed and everything, and like live and everything.
Just off
and
tops?
Yeah, and like she was supposed to give them like what she was gonna say.
Yeah. And
But like she
didn't.
gave them a fake one.
Oh damn.
So like, do you think stuff
That's
like this
cool.
is like pre-recorded or not pre-recorded, but rehearsed?
I think definitely they kind of have to. They can't just like not think about it and totally bomb, you know?
Yeah, true,
Like,
true, true. Alright.
Maybe not scripted, like written down
Mhm.
and like like rehearsed like
Mhm.
off a script, but maybe just had those ideas ready and like practiced them in his head or something. I don't know. Should I leave it here?
NBC
Yeah, it's
clearly
good.
don't care either. Fifth time. So, I mean, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello? Lucky for me, the Hollywood foreign press can barely speak English. And they've no idea what Twitter is. So, I got offered this gig by fax. So, let's go out with a bang. Let's have a laugh at your expense, shall we? Remember, they're just jokes. We're all going to die soon, and there's no sequel. So, yeah, remember that. But we were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. It just, no. It was mostly white people. And I thought, nah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
I thought that was fucked up, but like funny fucked up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
especially this part. He's like, we'll see what
No
happens.
one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just
True.
be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this. Okay? Spoiler
Like
alert, season
roasting
2 is
Golden
on the way,
Globes.
so in the end,
For real,
he
yeah,
wants to kill
exactly.
himself.
Naming it outdated
Just like
already.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, that was
Shut
fucked.
up. I know he's your
Sure.
friend, but I don't care.
I thought that was fun. I thought that was funny. Just cause like fuck Jeffrey,
Oh, yeah,
fuck that fool.
definitely.
But
I don't like how he called out people like, well, we know he's your friend, but I don't care.
yeah, cause like Hollywood's
Yeah.
known for that, just like looking the other
Yeah.
way or like not even caring about
And
it.
politicians in general, just like
Yeah.
important people,
But
quote unquote important people.
yeah, exactly. And then I thought it was crazy that this came out the day before his autopsy came out.
Really?
Yeah, like the next day after this, I see an autopsy of like how
Yeah.
he killed himself. But they don't think he killed himself. They think that
He got sent off.
no, they
somewhere
think
else.
that no, they think that someone murdered him,
Oh.
like police,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the guards.
Yeah, because he had like a fucking.
Cause he got hung from a 4 foot. Like they said he hung himself from like 4 feet from his like bunk bed from the
Yeah.
side of it, but it was like 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
But he broke like 3 bones in his face and like throat. And so like the person investigating was like, that's never happened in suicide. Like
Yeah.
1 bone is like sure, but like 2
Yeah.
maybe
Like multiple
3
places.
3 crazy like nah.
Yeah.
So like
And I think he had like a big ass prison mate.
yeah too that
coulda,
too.
like, fucked him up.
Oh yeah, he was getting fucked up, and then he was writing. He left a letter saying that like, oh like they're hurting him and like doing stuff to him or
Yeah.
whatever. He's like no fun, and yeah, I thought it was.
For sure, a conspiracy. It's always a conspiracy with.
Would you have
Like,
been surprised though?
politicians.
Like, do you think like you know the conspiracy of like, oh, he just went to jail, but he's not really in jail. Like he's just so rich that he can avoid prison.
Yeah, and he like he moved to like Cuba or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
I don't think anyone. I feel like no matter how much money you have, you're gonna be in prison. You might not be
Yeah.
with everyone else, but like you're still gonna be there.
Yeah.
Like you might be in like a safer area, but that's still prison. In a way, not like completely, but like.
It's possible. It's.
But people were saying like this fool was out free.
Mm-hmm.
So like that part I didn't believe. I was just
Yeah.
like, no, I don't think so.
I agree
Like,
with that. I feel like they made this pact, or not a pact, but like an agreement with like whoever was above them that was
Mhm.
gonna look out for them.
Mhm.
And they said like, if you fuck up or get caught, then we'll make sure you're living okay, but
Mhm.
you're not gonna be like free. You're gonna be like comfortable or whatever, like you
Yeah.
said, like in a safer place or whatever.
Mhm.
So
You can play it.
was there anything else?
Nah, yeah, there's the ending's the best to me.
Just forward.
Nah, that's good.
Like
That
to
comes
make
up.
your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right, but seriously, most films are awful, lazy, remakes, sequels. I've heard a rumour that there might be a sequel to Sophie's Choice. I mean, that'd just be Meryl Streep going, well, it's got to be this one then.
I don't know what movie that is.
Neither do I.
All the best actors have jumped to Netflix and HBO.
That was good too.
And the actors who just do Hollywood movies now do fantasy adventure nonsense. They wear masks and capes and really tight costumes. Their job isn't acting anymore. It's going to the gym twice a day and taking steroids. Really? Have we got an award for most ripped junkie?
This reminded me of who plays X-Men?
We know who'd win that.
Hugh Jackman. Or the dude who
The
plays
Wolverine?
X-Men. Yeah, Wolverine, yeah.
Basically, right?
Like, all the superheroes are just jacked.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese,
I think that
the great
Shazam show.
director, made the news for his
Yeah,
controversial
well, the guy's
Yeah.
like
comments
yoked.
about the Marvel franchise. He said they're not real cinema and they remind him of theme parks. I agree. Although I don't know what he's doing hanging around theme parks.
Wait,
He's
pause
not
that.
big enough to go on the rides, is he?
How do you feel about superhero movies?
I
Like, if you were to critique films, would you agree with that? Like, they're not real films?
No, I think they're real films. Just because they have plots and like bad guy, good guy.
Like, I guess, like, the argument against that is
Winner,
just,
loser.
like, there's already a story to it, and they're just, it's nothing original, I guess, because, like, there's comics of it
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot. And I get that, but, like, I feel like there's more that goes into films.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt, I do think a film that is completely original,
Yeah.
like, well written and, like, well directed should probably beat a Marvel movie or a superhero movie.
That's true.
Just because of that, just because of how original it is. And
yeah.
yeah, just like what's the name? Like
Kick ass. Kick ass 1 and 2.
yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, like, those would be good.
What other?
But like what's his name? Dude from Key and Peele. What's his name?
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but
Jordan Peele?
Yeah, Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Just like the movie he does, like those.
Which one?
Just what he did. He did the
No, he did.
the one with the cup, and then he just did
Us?
Us. Yeah,
Yeah.
Us was his most recent, which was really good.
What was it?
Us also, I don't even think Us won anything, which is crazy because Us. Did you watch Us?
Yeah.
Us was dope.
It was dope. It was
Us was really good.
a little
But
confusing. But
like that was another movie you got to watch it like
Yeah.
one or two times. But
what's that movie called?
I forgot what the first one was called.
It was hella good.
I remember parts of it, like
Yeah.
getting chased and all that. But like that's what I mean. Like
Damn.
movies like that, I do think, yeah, those are way better than Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But like I
No,
said, I feel like
agree.
there's
I
more that
agree.
goes into films. It's
Yeah.
like there's like, with
There's no
like
creativity.
like there's scores, like just the dope things that can happen in superhero movies. Like even in like Transformers, even though Transformers was like kind of trash, but like they were able to do dope things, like crazy
Yeah.
things with it. So I think that But
Yeah, I agree. Creativity should play a big part in, or the director's creativity should play a big part in like who gets picked for the awards.
yeah,
Versus, like you said, the Marvel movies are already like made. They just need to be played out
yeah.
by the actors.
It's tiny. Right. The Irishman was amazing. It was amazing. Look. It was. It was great. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end,
I didn't see
his
that.
date was too old for him.
What?
That movie?
Oh yeah, we said we were Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know, you're nearly 50, son. The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy.
James Gordon?
He was also in
He's the dude that does whatchamacallit, that like lip singing in like a limo or something like that, or
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I
he
think I
does
know
that. But this
What'd
one's
he do?
about I don't even know. This is from Cats. He was in Cats, I guess.
Oh okay.
But like
Oh,
what
that's
this,
why.
That's what this next joke is.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Leo DiCaprio's almost 50 years old.
He's old. Leo's hell old.
Makes sense.
But I don't know about 50, but like
Yeah.
he's old.
No,
he's
yeah,
up there.
he said almost 50. I guess that makes sense.
movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs, right? But Dame Judi Dench defended the film, saying it was the role she was born to play, because she... I can't,
Have you seen Don't Fuck with Cats? on Netflix?
Nah, what
You
is
have
it?
not? Oh, it's good. Okay. Do you want to? Let's finish this. And then
All right, yeah.
I'll do this next joke. Because she loves nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg, and licking her.
This will start getting awkward after this.
I know.
Verbal.
He did two of those, like two dirty jokes.
It's the last time, who cares? Oh. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. Superb drama, yeah.
Fucking up. I'm playing now.
What?
Said fucking up.
No, my bad.
Nah, I'm playing them.
Made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and... So, it's already 3 hours long.
I think that's about it.
Greta.
The ending got like I was on my ass because like they showed Tim Cook who runs Apple now, and then he said the sweatshop joke, and I was like, damn, no one's gonna laugh. Like that
Yeah.
like, that was hella funny. They've gotten caught so many times.
For using sweatshops or for having sweatshops.
Not exactly sweatshops. I think sweatshops are more for like clothes and stuff, but like they do have like
that type of
they have that type of business.
Damn, yeah.
Other words,
I
where,
bet.
where they take advantage of like low key slave work, but like
just for max profit, like crazy. I bet.
And like, I was just like, damn, bro. I think whose reaction was it? I think it was Tom Hanks' reactions that was like everywhere because like every time he was cracking a joke, they showed Tom Hanks, and he was like, ooh. But it's crazy to me like how people really have to keep these connections with people, or else like something like that is just like, nah, they don't fuck with you anymore, especially with like big company.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? It's
it all
just
comes
like
down to money.
And it's like it's weird. Like it'd be, I think.
It's like if you fuck up my money, it's bad.
Yeah, like it's crazy. It's wild and it's dumb, and I wish more people really like stood or did what they did for like what they think is right instead of just
more
a
wholesome.
check. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What was that movie you're talking about?
Don't Fuck with Cats. It's a 3-episode series on Netflix. I just finished it. It's about this group. Well, it's mainly about this person that like does bad shit to cats at first, and then the internet finds out about it, and then they put a group together, and then they do a manhunt on him. And then it's like it just talks about how they're trying to catch the guy. And
is it like a parody in a way, or is it like
no? It's real. It's actually a documentary. I thought it was a parody too.
I thought it was like the other one. The other like it was on Netflix. I forgot what it was called, but it was it was kind of a parody, but it was out of this school detective type thing, and like it was pretty funny. But okay, I get
Which
it.
one was that?
I forgot what it was called. I could tell you later, but yeah. But
yeah,
okay, for sure.
It's good. I would recommend it to.
I'll check.
If you're into like shows like Mindhunter, talking about like where they interview serial killers and stuff, it's kind of like that.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
Yeah, they go in depth of like trying to find them. I don't know what else, but
all right, I might check that out. In other news, what else did I see? Kind of concluded with the movies. Avatar 2.
Yeah.
That's
Avatar
what it was.
2.
Yeah. Have you watched the first one?
Only a piece of it.
Like, that's also a long ass movie.
Yeah. How long? Like 3 hours, basically.
3.5 hours, but it's
Really?
really good. I watched it like 3-4 years later.
Yeah.
I watched it hella later.
When did it come out? It came out super long ago, right?
I think I was in middle
Not
school. I think we were in middle school when it came out.
Yeah.
Because not high
Sounds
school
about
for
right.
sure, but like yeah. But it was really good. I remember when it first came out and it beat like the the Titanic record or whatever. I don't know if
The
you
song?
No, the movie. Like you remember when
Titanic
Titanic
record?
used to be number one.
Oh yeah, it was like that. Yeah,
Sold and it
yeah.
outsold Titanic.
Yeah.
Like that was mania. I remember when that happened. But yeah, it was a really good movie. The director's like teasing like pictures from it, like designs and
Oh, for the
whatever
second
from
one?
it. Yeah, because it's expected to come out next year.
Oh,
So
yeah?
so that's exciting. What else
I need to watch
about
the
it?
first one because I know it's good.
You got to. I really suggest it. But yeah, that was that. Let's go into what should we talk about? Let's talk about Australia.
Yeah, the Australia fire.
Bro, that's
I
crazy.
don't know much
I
about
feel
it,
so bad.
but it's like
It's
the biggest fire ever.
damn near like people. I've seen pictures of people put Australia and over the U.S.
Yeah.
And Australia's big. It's not like Australia's small.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Australia's huge. And pretty much it was just like literally almost all of Australia is on fire.
Fuck, dude.
But they finally just got rain recently.
Oh,
Yeah, finally after
Yeah.
hella long.
Yeah.
So that's gonna help. I think last time I saw 1 billion animals died.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's wild.
So they were in a drought, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
probably
much.
why everything caught on fire so easy.
I don't even know where it started. Like I haven't even
Yeah.
seen where it started or anything. But it's not like Brazil. I don't think it's like the Brazil fire where they're almost positive that it was people trying to take over that land. Or
That burned it?
Yeah, because like the president of Brazil he didn't care about it. He didn't care about the forest. Like he wanted to make money off of it.
Yeah.
And the people that were trying to make money off it, there's like the indigenous people that live there said that they've seen them and like they've tried to like they said like they know people that are trying to make money off this have been trying to not destroy but trying to like cause havoc.
Yeah.
Cause like yeah, but I don't think this started because of the same thing. I think this was. I don't even know the reason. All I remember seeing was just Australia's on fire.
There'll probably be more information coming out on it
Hopefully,
about like how it started and stuff.
and it's crazy because I see like music artists like still doing their touring there.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then like something
Yeah.
like they're going live and whatever, and it's like hella smoky.
Yeah.
And I saw
bet.
other videos where it's just red.
I
Like the
wonder-
sky's just red, and I'm like, what?
Damn. I wonder how many casualties there have been.
Oh, 26 people died.
I'm surprised it's not more with how big it is, but it's probably mostly forest, like not.
I was gonna say I feel like Australia is a little bit more like
Yeah.
not
it was
rainforest,
away
but
from-
like wilderness. Which
Because
sucks.
I feel like that was like the same amount over here in that fire or wherever the most recent big fire was.
20? They had 20 people die.
I feel like I heard something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually think
I
a
don't-
good amount of people died from
Yeah.
that. From a camp.
Hmm?
Was it campfire or
I don't know.
I forgot.
No, it
What
was a wildfire, but I don't know how many people. What was I gonna say?
that one was pretty big, but like, yeah, I hope Australia gets better because like that's
Same.
like it just sucks that like it back to back. Like the Brazil thing was last year and that
Yeah.
was huge.
The Amazon.
Yeah, the Amazon, and then now it's like Australia, and then like bro, our ecosystem's just messed up.
I know the freaking Earth. Global warming.
I don't know. I don't even know. I wonder what like 10 years away is gonna look
I
like.
know. I'm thinking just super like opposite. My bad. Like super bipolar weather. Like it'll either be super cold like one season, and then like the other half of the year like just way opposite. Like
I feel like
super
one
hot.
day we're just not gonna have a summer.
Just gonna be cold, frozen Earth.
But like that one movie, what was it?
Ice Age.
Nah, fool. the one where they're in like New York and they have to like get into it's like the world's about to end and like
Mad Max. No, I Am Legend.
Nah, fool. It wasn't. It wasn't 2012. I remember like these people would just try to get into
Oh,
it.
with Dwayne Johnson.
Shut the fuck up.
What? There's a Dwayne Johnson one. I think it's called 2020 or something.
Oh, I need to talk about that's when that fool has like a super arm where like it's yeah. Oh, it's Doomsday. I think it's Doomsday. I think,
I've never heard of that.
but yeah,
Are you sure The Rock's not in it?
that's what I feel. Nah, fool. But yeah, I feel like we're just gonna get cold.
Yeah, you think so?
Actually, I don't know either. It's gonna actually no. I might not believe that just because like summer is getting hotter and
Yeah.
hotter and hotter.
My,
So we might just get burnt. We might just get burned to death.
That's what I was thinking. My brother-in-law was saying he thinks there's gonna be another ice age, but I think it's like we're going in the opposite direction
the
of
opposite way.
that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be just like Mad Max.
I hate summer, bro. Hate summer.
You hate summer?
Yeah, I don't like summer.
I don't know.
But let me see. Let's
I used to say I like the cold more, but I just
I love the
try to-
cold. But recently though, it's been cold, especially out here. It's hella
Yeah,
cold.
it has been.
So yeah. So hope Australia gets better. Hope that all gets not figured out, but like my
Just
condolences to
Put
it.
out, just fire,
Mhm.
get put out.
Yeah. Oh, actually, how do you feel about the celebrities? I don't know if you saw like people were getting on like the Kardashians for
Yeah.
like complaining about it, and they're just like,
And they
you
have
could
all-
help.
They have.
They have the resources
Yeah.
to help.
No, I
like
think-
they just have the money.
I think what it was is how they were. That you said they were complaining about, not complaining.
Not
but-
complaining, but they were just like, oh,
Yeah, but they. Yeah, I think that was it. And but I think people were mad about how they have like all this like fur, like real fur, like clothes,
oh, that too.
and like
yeah.
all the animals are burning, and they feel bad for them burning, but they don't care that they're being used for like clothes. You know, I think
I,
that.
I mean, I feel like that's fair, but also I don't think that's fair. Like, I mean, I don't think that's fair because no one buys something and thinks like something like this is gonna happen.
That's true.
But also, like, I mean, it's that's. I feel like it's more just an individual thing.
Yeah.
Like for me personally, I'm not gonna shame you for like buying real fur and all that.
Yeah.
But like, also don't be like on no like we need to
Like,
help
all
the
sad
animals.
about the
Yeah, don't be like
animals
on no
being-
like let's help the animals.
they're
This
just
is mad,
mad.
and you got a fur coat on. Like,
They're just mad that the supply of fur clothes is gonna go down more so probably.
Oh, that's
You know what I mean?
cold. They donated $1 million though.
Shit.
So
My grandchildren might not get the same fucking slippers I got.
oh, I thought that was you saying that.
No.
I was like, what? But what was I gonna say? I thought you were being serious about. I thought you were gonna say my grandchildren aren't gonna be able to see this animal, and I felt like that when like that rhino died,
Oh, yeah,
the
that-
endangered rhino or
yeah.
white rhino. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
that's upsetting.
Well, that could happen too. It might mess up the like the population might make some more animals extinct sooner.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. Kangaroos,
Yeah.
like, I feel bad, but yeah.
Improv.
Another serious thing. We're going to war again. Apparently,
Yeah,
Iran.
probably, most likely.
How do you feel about war?
I think
starters.
it's unnecessary. Just people shouldn't have to fight or like give up their lives just for the land they live on.
And are you talking about
Slash,
soldiers or are you talking about just civilians?
Both, I guess, some civilians die in the
Mhm.
process,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of like I don't know. I feel like things should be able to be worked out verbally, not physically.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I agree with that. What was I gonna say about war?
But
Yeah.
war's always been.
Yeah,
thing.
war is always gonna be around. I kind of always assumed at least that we're in war,
Yeah.
because like even apparently we weren't before this.
Yeah.
We were just like,
Yeah. No, people said that like the war, or we just got out of a war.
It's like
Type of thing.
it's all imperialism. I'm pretty sure. Like it's just like is it imperialism?
Mhm.
Like we have our troops in these countries
Yeah.
that we don't live in or
Mhm.
are a part of, but because we're there, like we have some kind of force.
Yeah, like conquering land type of
Yeah,
thing.
no, not even that, because like that's colonialism. Like
Okay.
colonialism is taking over the land and then
Okay.
putting your people there. Imperialism is just putting like soldiers who will do something
Mm-hmm.
if like needed or if we wanted to.
If the people living there do something that we don't like,
Yeah, like stuff
type of
like
thing.
that.
Okay. Yeah,
Or
I
like
get-
same
I
with
get
like
it.
I think it's our FBI. Our FBI like creates propaganda in other countries. The same thing like Russia does here. It's just like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like and just like everything, even like this Iran thing,
Yeah.
it all has to do with what is it called? Foreign policy. That
Does-
is hella confusing because it's like because this system of we have troops here, 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 here. If we pull all the troops out, then everyone's just gonna like start killing each other.
Really?
Because the Middle East is just crazy. Like this, they're just
Crazy
like
that? All that.
they're not even not. I don't even want to say crazy like that. They're just
No,
they're at this point where we've put them,
yeah.
like where we have like, I'm talking about the people, like what the U.S. has done to the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be hard to repair. Like you can't just repair that.
That's true. That's
yeah,
true.
like these people have been fighting each other because of us for years, decades. So it's like it's like a sticky. It's like a domino effect. I feel like in a way.
Yeah.
Because like even when like recently when Trump took troops out of Turkey,
Mm-hmm.
this other group like attacked, like went into Turkey and just like killed hella people.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff like that. So like foreign policy involves a lot of history and a lot of like a kind of strategy in a way. And that's why that's kind of and what's dumb and crazy is that Trump has to do all that. Like Trump is like the only power the president really has is to let's go to war or let's stop war. That's the number one thing the president can do. Yeah. So like having Trump in that role is like horrible.
I heard that he dropped the missile on that guy in like his camp or whatever.
I think
because he got roasted or something. I heard that on a Joe Rogan podcast.
I saw that and I don't know if that's true either. I hope that's not true because like really.
No, yeah, of course.
You're gonna kill like. So apparently the person is equivalent to. I don't know if this is a lie or not, but equivalent to our vice president.
Oh, okay. I think that makes sense because he was like the head of the military.
Mm-hmm.
And like if
Mm-hmm.
If the president makes the military or the war calls or the shot calls on the war, then that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Oh yeah, that makes You're right. But yeah, so that's what I saw, and that's an act of war, and like they've been coming out, and it was crazy that even like Trump or even U.S. people ever saying that it's not an act of war, but it's like if someone did that to us. If someone killed
for sure
Pence.
yeah
we going to war. Like what? So
even like a senator or something.
Oh yeah,
or
anything
something like that.
Do you think this is gonna escalate anyway?
I think it depends on what the next move is. Like just the next move will. I don't know much about like what's happened so far, but I guess like the next move will determine what direction things are gonna go in.
You think next move on our part or next move on their part?
I heard that somebody in Iran or I don't know who, but put a $80 million bounty on
I saw that.
Donald Trump. So it's like,
bro, George Lopez got in trouble because he was like, "We'll do it for half."
Yeah.
I was like,
like you see how like how that just goes to show like how fucking stupid Trump is, or how many people don't like Trump. Like the person in Iran who put that bounty out like knows like there's kind of a chance that someone might take this bounty.
Oh, for sure.
Because they don't like him over there as much as we do.
Oh, that's what I was gonna help you. Do you think this is gonna help or not help Trump's what's it called, rerun?
I don't know. I think. Oh,
do you think more? You think it'll help or not?
No, because I think most people on both sides, like Democrats and Republicans, conservatives,
Democrats, yeah. Oh, conservative,
liberals, yeah. I think both sides will agree on like not going to war, more so. So I think that'll steer a lot of the Republicans from voting for Trump because I'm pretty sure they have some sense and are like, no, we don't need war.
Yeah.
So, but I think it keeps him or makes it so that he can't be impeached if we're in war.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, maybe. And it's just like y'all gonna impeach someone we're at war right now.
No, I think that's like a rule. Like you can't impeach
a
president. In
what?
That's if you're in war, you can't get impeached. So that's like probably the main reason Trump did something because he's like, I want to take that impeachment off my record. And he's the only thing that's gonna be on his record is starting a war. It's all. I feel like it's all for his ego. If he's actually that insane, like to be doing that type of shit, and if the him starting the war because he got like roasted with a meme,
Mm-hmm.
then that just goes to show like he's a fucking joke. Like, what is this?
It really,
what
yeah,
is
it's
life?
like his ego. Yeah,
Huh? Yeah.
it's like that whole it's his whole ego thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
all,
could see that. You know how like some rich people are like insane, or like
oh yeah, for sure.
like that.
Not insane. Is it insane?
It's like yeah, cause
Insane, psychotic,
yeah,
narcissistic.
but you know what I mean, right? Like people born in wealth have like this fucking just they're psycho, or they can be psycho because of their wealth. I don't know, something like that.
I don't know about I feel like their
Like
psyche might be.
sociopathic.
I can say
like-
sociopathic. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know about
I don't
being
know how to
born into wealth. I
describe
think once you like once you become wealthy, not being just born into it.
it. Yeah.
I feel like I've heard something about it, but I'm not too sure. It's not coming to my head. But sociopathic for sure, I think would be my guess.
Yeah.
Wait, why'd you say that?
Because there was this like article or story about some guy that like blamed all his problems on him being super spoiled, like him. Yeah.
The fuck? Blaming all your problems because you super spoiled.
Yeah, like he.
I'm-
Well, the way I would explain that is like he had so much provided to him, or like he had so much like pleasure from like material things and like just obviously emotional things, like just pleasure from that he got from like being able to buy whatever the hell he wanted, so that he needed more to do, and then that's when he went and did some like crazy shit just to feel more.
Okay. We should for sure look into that more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep that saved. But I think that's all I got on war. You got anything else you want to talk about on war, on Iran?
No.
Iran related Trump. All right, on to like on a slighter note. What was the article I sent you about psychedelics? Psychedelics being introduced into therapeutic practice, and it got FDA approved.
It did?
I think that's what it said. Isn't that what it says?
I think it was in the process.
Oh,
getting FDA
okay.
approved.
Well, almost there.
Can I state a quick fun fact about mushrooms? Mushrooms take in oxygen and let out CO2, so they're not like plants. They're more like humans than they are plants.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You gonna explain this a little bit?
No, they you know how plants take in CO2 and release oxygen? It's the opposite for mushrooms, as it is with us.
Are you talking about normal mushrooms? Or are you talking about shrooms? Or shrooms? What is
Fungus in general, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know that.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of trippy because I always
also
thought
heard
they were
that
just
we are
like,
mushrooms. But that's I'll have you watch a podcast.
we're all just living mushrooms. Think about that. Apparently,
Paul Stamets said that.
who?
Paul Stamets. He was on a Joe Rogan podcast.
Love Joe Rogan.
Yeah, it's a dope podcast. He was on there twice.
That's
But
cool. So what is this down before the answer? So the people who like created the article or are part of the process of trying to get it approved, their goal is to develop psilocybin therapy. It's to develop psilocybin therapy, which is the preparation, the support of the actual dosing, let me just read off what I got. The preparation, the support of the actual dosing, the medicine, the follow up to it. So I think, are they trying to create their own practice? Or is this kind of a practice? Because like after I read that part, I saw that this other dude named Timothy Leary from Harvard, they call him the priest of acid trips.
Oh yeah.
And he was one of the major, maybe the first people or like experts to really try to push to get psychedelics into psychotherapy.
Yeah. And they were like super.
And then Nixon branded him as what did he? He branded him as a public enemy.
Damn.
Because it was during time of war on drugs. So that dude's dope. That dude's dope. So I'm thinking that was like 60s. I don't know when Nixon was
Yeah,
president,
probably.
but yeah. But so are they? Oh no! I'm an idiot. They're trying to develop it, not trying to
Yeah,
create it. So
they're trying to make it. They're trying to like integrate it or be able to integrate it into therapy, I guess.
I think that's what they're calling
Yeah.
it. Size. Damn, you got to say this.
Psilocybin.
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 Psilocybin therapy.
Yeah, they're trying to make it, or they're trying to get it FDA approved, I guess, so that it's not just like a drug. You know, they're trying to make it like scientifically proven that it helps. That's why they're doing clinical trials and stuff. You know.
Yeah, and they're saying like they want to. They're advocating for it for therapeutic potential,
Mm-hmm.
but under control.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
like, I kind of want to know what under control to them is, because they didn't really go into it. But I'm assuming like
I forgot
a
what this-
therapy
my phone's
session, but
dead.
with microdosing. You know, like
Yeah.
nothing many, obviously, but that's what it is. I'm assuming. Just because I've seen it from other people too, other doctors, other researchers who are trying to like push this over there, push this through. Apparently doctors are scared to even participate in this because they might be
Yeah,
what
because
is
it's
it called?
still
Excluded. No, not even like just arrested or anything, just excluded from
not
other
taken
doctors.
serious. Yeah.
Yeah, not taken serious.
They're
Like
that's a hippie drug or something like that.
really, like you think it's weird thinking about how older people kind of look at the progression in us
Mm-hmm.
and like this generation or what's happening this time.
Yeah.
But it's like, what kind of, I can't think of anything that happened. Because like mushroom or shrooms, just psychedelics in general, were getting really popular in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
And then like what happened? That's kind of like this 70s. I'm feeling like
Yeah.
70s where they're still real heavy. But like that 80s, 90s, early 2000s, like did the popularity just die down or people just less talk about it? Because I feel like people were still doing them.
Yeah.
They just weren't like, it wasn't like the 60s.
Yeah. I think it got to. I think what happened was like the people that were using all that and the like, I guess the main group of people that were using that like steered off onto like meth and like heroin, like harder shit. So that's why.
You think so? You think the hippies?
Mm,
The
well,
hippies
just
started
the whole
doing
drug.
heroin?
That I think that just got thrown in with
Oh, okay,
with
okay,
like
okay.
all the other drugs, but I feel like at the same time, like all these drugs were being used because that was such a drug heavy era,
Mm-hmm.
and like obviously there are some people who didn't like do the harder shit
Mm-hmm.
and like who are okay, and those are the people that now are like the older people that are pushing for stuff like that.
Okay, I get that.
I don't know.
So apparently this group called Compass is running a 216 patient phase 2B clinical trial. This is typically the second to last stage before a drug gets the FDA nod. So, all right, so they have one more phase, and then the FDA has to be like, yeah, this is enough information. We approve. We don't approve. What else have they done? They've supplied more than 30,000 patients with shrooms, and they've raised $58 million.
That's a lot. That's more than I thought
You think?
there'd be.
I think they have a good like almost raised $60 million. You have a good. I didn't read anything bad. Like I didn't read like some of their trials have gone bad or anything's gone wrong. So I'm thinking, I think it could get FDA approved.
I think it can. I think it will because I think it's like truly beneficial or it has its beneficial properties.
You think you think they'll do all psychedelics or just shrooms?
I'm not
Like
sure.
you think they'll do acid?
I'm
Also?
not sure. I think they're steering. I think they're sticking with mushrooms mainly because it's like natural.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, I don't know. It'll be less frowned upon.
Hey, have you ever? Can acid be acid for sure? Can acid be laced? Have you ever heard of laced acid?
Yeah, I can with something called NB5OME or something like that.
Oh damn! See, I never heard about that.
It's like fake acid basically.
Is it like deadly or is it?
I think it could really fuck you up. I think.
See, I didn't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, people sell it as like fake acid,
Fuck.
or
Dude.
people sell it as acid, but it's not real acid.
Damn. Oh, Oh, this is also another good thing. So, emerging brain scanning technology suggests that a person's brain can, over time, begin to malfunction from what are essentially buggy pieces of neural code. Psychedelics seem to act like a hard reboot, restoring the brain to its factory reset.
Yeah, I've heard. I was on a Joe Rogan podcast. This guy described psychedelics as, or the way he put it was, like, look at your brain as like a snowy mountain with sled trails. So it's got all its trails, and then once you do psychedelics, it fresh coats the mountain with snow, so there's no more trails, and you're able to make new trails. And those trails are like the pathways in your brain that, um, like all your thinking patterns, all your behavioral patterns, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I didn't even know that. Uh,
That's just
dope.
like a metaphor, like
That's pretty dope. No, but I get the metaphor.
yeah,
I didn't even know
like
it did
that
that.
hard reboot thing.
I didn't even know I never even heard about that or even like what they were just talking about, like the whole hard reboot.
Yeah,
But my thing is like what do they mean by the reboot? Like what are you rebooting?
you're kind of stepping away from all your cultural views and values, or like you're kind of getting an outside view of it.
Oh, so they mean like totally just like your not like kind of your psyche and like
Yeah.
kind of just okay.
Like your
Oh, that's mean.
what is it? I forgot.
Like your morals, ethics.
Yeah,
I mean that would go
everything,
into it.
like- you're like, I don't know. It's like it breaks you down to your base,
your
your
id.
base human.
I'm playing now.
Huh? Your what?
I said your id.
Your id, yeah, your ego dies, or your ego can die if you take enough. You go through ego death.
So is that what they're talking about? Ego death? When they mean reboot, or that just kind of goes into it as well?
That goes into it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So they talk about this. They said this been proven that it can treat resistant depression. Patients may be content to leave some whys unanswered. So they're saying they've proved that resistant depression. I'm not sure what that is. Resistant
I don't know.
depression.
Oh, I think they were saying how therapy and antidepressants don't work for some people, and that
for sure.
shrooms have worked for them.
Okay. How do you think it could help with depression?
I think so. I've heard,
Especially
a lot.
like just their whole thing that they're trying to do.
Yeah, I think it'll, if they do everything the right way and like get all the clinical trials and like actual like studies and like just proof that it helps,
Yeah,
then yeah, it'll get passed because I think it's true.
I think it help. I mean, even just from like just pure experience, I feel like I can just only imagine being in that scenario, being in a therapy session with like a microdose
Yeah,
and just like not being scared to not share anything else, but wanting to be as open as you can be.
yeah, and also that
And
information will probably be confidential between like.
Oh yeah, it always will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could did you see that Big Pharma is like kind of trying to have a place in it?
Of course.
They have to. Like that I guess that's the only sucky part is like if it does get FDA approved, like Big Pharma has to have some kind of like
I think,
connection to it with it.
Yeah.
And that part's going to suck.
Yeah, because they might do something bad with it.
Because it says Big Pharma is trying to establish medical users for other recreational drugs also.
Okay.
You know what the FDA did approve?
What?
So the FDA approved Johnson & Johnson's Spravato, which is a nasal spray derived from the club drug ketamine.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard ketamine being used for
Depression also.
I think that and PTSD, I think.
Yeah.
Also MDMA for PTSD.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's still being tested. There's like 11 U.S. labs that are running clinical trials on MDMA for depression, and PTSD. What else? And then obviously, what I like that they mentioned was marijuana just being legalized, kind of normalized it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, do you think that's a good thing that like weed's been like especially out here. Obviously in California, it's like it's been more normalized. It's everywhere. You go up north, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, we're gonna approve all these other drugs also over time.
Yeah, I think it just.
Do you
like,
think do you think it's a good thing, bad thing?
I think mostly.
I'm
a
just
good
talking about
thing.
just drugs in general, like all of them. Like how far do you think this will go?
Just
Like I
what
think.
people deem beneficial. Like obviously not like heroin.
Do you think that's the line? Do you think just heroin?
No, I think just if it's beneficial to
Cause I'm not
people's
gonna lie,
mental health.
ketamine. I was surprised when I saw that.
Yeah, right. Like that. I've heard that mostly being a party drug. Same thing with MDMA though. Right, like MDMA, ecstasy.
But here's also the thing: is
MDMA isn't ecstasy, but yeah.
yeah, but like also here the other thing is MDMA. If you're using it for being clinically treated or clinical trials, you probably got like pure MDMA.
That's true. Yeah.
Meaning that there's no chance that it has anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to say bad. I mean, like when you really look into what MDMA is and what it does to you, if you have the purest, if you actually have MDMA, I mean, I think it's arguable it's not really that bad of a drug. It's not something you should do all the time because it could be addictive.
Yeah. And
but it's also not like gonna kill you.
Yeah, and that's why I think it'll be only be able to be prescribed by your therapist or for the therapy, not even like to take home or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it'll be super controlled to like what you can take, what you're able to have.
What about coke?
Coke? I have no idea.
You think they'll legalize it, or do you think you think that's also a line?
Yeah, because I don't know if it has beneficial properties.
It used to be in Coca-Cola.
Shit, Coca-Cola right now is bad for you. That shit should be taken.
Sure, that's just deadly. People dying from just drinking soda. Really? I remember 3 years ago, I used to say like one day like cocaine's gonna be legalized because of Wall Street, and like just like all these business people like they might as like, the rich are always gonna get what they want. That's how I used to think.
They got Adderall for that though.
True. That's true. They really do have other things that could replace that. There's no need for that. There's no need to have that. Let's see. Blah blah blah. Old psychedelic advocates they're worried about obviously big pharma being included. That's really that. But same thing. I feel sketchy about big pharma always, no matter what. Psychedelics I think are really good.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd be addictive?
I think as addictive as weed can be, psychologically addictive, not physically. You said that the
other time we recorded. But what do you mean by that? Psychologically addictive?
Same thing as like exercising. You know what I mean? Your body's not gonna physically crave exercising. It's more so the feeling exercising gives you.
Like when people get like a runner's high?
Yeah, like when you exercise, dopamine gets released like in your head.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it could be.
Is that physical then? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I don't know.
I mean, we could think about it a little bit more, like
as if it makes you feel better,
like what I thought you meant when you said that.
Okay.
I thought what let me just say what I thought you meant. What I thought you meant by weed can psychologically be addictive. I thought you meant like so with like other hard drugs like heroin or just like
your body goes
coke
through trembles.
Like, it goes through things, and it's just like you might like when people like say like when drug addicts like be scratching themselves and stuff like that, and I guess I get what you mean with that. That's more of a physical, but
physically hurt and feel like shit. Like,
and what I thought you meant by like a psychological was just like, I need this to wake up, or I need this to go out, I need this to be able to talk to people, like stuff like that. Where it's not more physical, but it's kind of like when when someone
it's
like
you prefer to be on that.
Yeah, or when someone like hates themselves and they consistently tell themselves that if I go here, like this is how people are gonna look at me. Yeah, people are like, or people not believing they could do something, so it's just all in their head. Yeah, and that's what I thought you meant Was just the like it's in your head and you think you need it?
I don't know. I weed. I think weed does release dopamine in your brain,
Mm-hmm.
like other drugs, but I don't know if I don't know. I've just heard it's psychologically addictive. I kind of agree with that. Like, you don't need it. Like, your body doesn't like crave it. You know what I mean? It's more so your mind that craves it. But like with heroin, your body craves it. Like, you need that to feel like, or you'll be like having cold sweats and like that's not your head doing that. That's your body doing that. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's
Okay. So I get that. I get what you're
Yeah.
talking about now. I was thinking about it a whole different way.
Okay.
But okay, yeah, I can maybe agree with that. But oh yeah,
It's like you feel you need it. You don't need it to function.
yeah.
You can't function.
Let's see. You got anything else? You want to talk about anything else about drugs or just any?
I just want to say some of the things I said about shrooms might not be very correct because I don't have that much knowledge on it. Just
You could fact check
take all that
everything
with
we
a grain
say.
of salt, and you might know better than I do.
No, it's okay. You probably got it right. Yeah, I don't got anything else. You good? You good, right?
Yeah.
Cool. See everybody next week.